From Lake Tahoe and the Sierra to the Truckee River, Pyramid Lake, and beyond, Northern Nevada and California boasts a wealth of outdoor activities.
Over the next few months, we'll take you along for the ride to some of the most exciting and beautiful places in our area.
We'll take you skiing in the backcountry, hunting for the largest trout in North America, gliding thousands of feet in the air, and streaking across the desert at nearly 60 miles per hour.
From high above majestic Lake Tahoe, just off Mount Rose Highway, welcome to our first Exploring Our Backyard, driven by Lithia Subaru of Reno. How you doing? I'm Brian Samudia.
And I'm Alex Margulies. Coming up later in the show, we're going to take you on one of my favorite snowshoe hikes ever, just up the road on Chickadee Ridge. Plus, the snow may be melting, but last month I went for a spin on a fat tire snow bike.
And we'll take you out to Pyramid Lake, where we hunt down one of the most sought-after fish in the world, the Lahontan cutthroat trout.
But first up, we're coming off of one of the best ski seasons in years, and earlier this season, Ryan Kern and I had a chance to ski in the backcountry for the first time ever down at Homewood on their Snowcat adventures. Let's check it out.
I need the keys.
Homewood Mountain Resort offers over 2,000 acres of some of the best skiing and snowboarding terrain in the Lake Tahoe region. The often jaw-dropping views of the lake can be seen from most of the 8 chairlifts, 64 total runs, and a summit that takes you to 8,700 feet.
Homewood's great because really it's still got the old mentality of skiing and riding. We don't see as many skiers and riders as some of the main resorts, so our snow conditions just stay pristine.
But we're not here for the inbounds experience. We're here for the backcountry. Before we get going, we made sure to have all the necessary safety equipment.
Dig and probe and shovel. And hey, you guys have a great time out.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Wish I was going with you.
Us too.
The person responsible for herding our group around today.
My name's Alicia Glines, but you can call me Fish. First of all, this morning we went straight into the equipment that was new to some people. We have avalanche transceivers that we wear on our bodies that send signals just in the event that we were to be buried under an avalanche. It allows everyone else to grab that signal and trace it in and find the person.
And without further ado, it's time to hop on the Snowcat and get up to Ellis Peak. With all of our gear in tow and anticipation building, we hike to the very top.
So Ellis Peak is, it's about 8,700 feet, it's just under 9,000 feet tall. We have accessible through our Snowcat about 750 acres of terrain. So we've got everything from intermediate, just nice gladed, old growth forests, So you can do some simple tree skiing to some much steeper bowls and powder shots and even some cornices that are out there. So we've got a little bit of something for everybody.
And finally, it's time to ski.
Everyone ready? Cheerio, let's go.
All in all, we were able to get several runs in. Due to the conditions, we weren't able to get into the big bowls, but spent most of the day cruising powder in the trees. No complaints from either of us. Each time a run was up, we would get shuttled back to the top in the snowcat.
All right, we're heading up for one more run. Everyone's eating their lunch, pretty exhausted. We have about 6 hours in now, but one more run. Is everyone ready for that last run? Everyone was asleep 10 seconds ago. Let's do it.
As we finish the day back on the groomed trails heading back to the base, we know it's a ski experience that neither of us will ever forget. What an absolute
That
blast.
was awesome.
You know what? And right now, with all this great snowpack, there are still people out there backcountry skiing. You want to try out Homewood Snowcat Adventure for yourself? You'll get more than 750 acres of backcountry access on their tour, which starts at just $399 per person. Check it out at skihomewood.com for more information.
Coming up next on Exploring Our Backyard, ever tried mountain biking in the snow? Big Alex gave it a try a few weeks ago. He'll take you along for the ride. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Exploring Our Backyard, driven by Lithia Subaru of Reno.
You know, Brian, mountain biking is one of the best activities in the area, and now in the wintertime, there's this new wave to do it, even with a lot of snow on the ground. Let's go out to Truckee and check it out.
Hi, my name is Ken Long, and I'm managing partner of Tahoe Mountain Guides here in Truckee, California.
And I'm Greg Forsyth, owner of Cycle Pass Bike Shop here in Truckee. And we're going to be going out and doing some snow biking up in the high country above Lake Tahoe today.
And we're all going to go out and we're going to ride the snowmobile tracks, which happen to be perfect groomed surfaces for fat biking in Tahoe.
I'm ready to ride.
I am.
Let's go hit it.
Let's go. We have expanded into the lovely world of snow bikes. This is really a lot of fun.
Rockway Summit, well-known area for snowmobiling, but becoming a bit of a mecca for fat biking just because of the nice groomed trails, great views of the lake.
Nothing is going to shadow what we have back here behind us. It's gorgeous. It's always gorgeous. We get 250 days of sunshine a year. Normally we get lots of snow, and this is the place to be. Conditions this year have been phenomenal. Of course, the last 3 years have been very much a drought, and we're enjoying snow that we hadn't seen for quite some time. So everybody's giddy. Everybody who lives around here or visits us is happy. We've got a great product. My favorite part is watching my guests smiling ear to ear in discovery of this killer sport.
I tell you what, Brian, definitely not as easy as it looked, but still had a blast out there.
Yeah, it's still too late to do snow biking this year, but if you want to get more information, maybe check it out for next year, or get out on a bike this summer, head to Cycle Path's Bike Shop in Truckee, or head to TahoeMountainGuides.com for more information. When we return, Gianna Giorgi joins us as she and Alex take you to the top of Chickadee Ridge on a snowshoe hike. We'll be right back.
You know, Brian, one of my favorite winter activities that really doesn't cost a whole lot of money once you have the equipment is snowshoe hiking. And a couple weeks ago, we went to my favorite spot, Chickadee Ridge, just up the road from here. I took Gianna Giorgi, who went for the very first time.
All right, let's see how she did.
Our area offers endless places to go snowshoeing, but Alex tells me his all-time favorite spot is up at the top of Mount Rose Highway, called Chickadee Ridge. And with the drive taking less than 45 minutes, it's so easy to get to. One of the great things about the Chickadee Ridge hike is that it's really easy to find. Park in the big meadow just below the summit and make your way east from the highway.
She's a certified snowshoe pro now. So it really helps keep like your feet on top of the snow.
Oh, okay.
And after about 100 yards or so, just start hiking south. Don't worry, there are snow tracks everywhere, so it's pretty hard to get lost.
Gets a little slippery. All right, so we're about halfway through the hike, and you start seeing all these little chickadee birds. That's why they call it Chickadee Ridge. Gianna, isn't it beautiful?
There's so many of them. I just started walking through and I was like, Alex, what are those?
Unfortunately, we didn't have any seeds to feed the birds, but moments later, we lucked out.
And check this out. We scored some seeds. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Enjoy the rest of your day. So the climbing hasn't been bad yet.
Not too bad. You know, a little burn in my calf, but not bad.
Okay, now we're gonna have to actually do a little bit of climbing on top of Chickadee Ridge. I promise though, it'll be worth it.
Okay. I don't think we're racing at this one.
In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. I feel like we need like the Rocky theme song right now. Yeah. It's the eye of the tiger.
Done.
Bump, bump, bump.
Done.
Bump, bump, bump. Is it? That's why it's so loose. Oh no! Oh, it's so cold. Wow, unbelievable.
Okay.
Well,
You can have one of mine.
I guess we're down to 2 out of 4 poles. Woo! Oh man, that right there is what it's all about. Unreal.
Oh my gosh, so beautiful.
You know, Brian, this hike is so great. Summer or winter, doesn't matter. It's easy to find if you're coming from Reno. Just go down past the summit into the meadow, park on the east side, and you guys will have a blast out there.
Gianna, not a snow person, but she made it look like a champ. Not bad at all. Looks like you guys had a great time. Coming up next on Exploring Our Backyard, we're taking you north to Pyramid Lake, one of the top fishing destinations in the world. We're hunting for lahunting cutthroat trout when we come back.
Welcome back to Exploring Our Backyard, driven by Lithia Subaru of Reno.
Now, you know, Alex, you and I both grew up fishing, but nothing like we found up at Pyramid Lake, hunting for those great Lahontan cutthroat trout off the top of a ladder. Check this out.
With the sun rising over the high desert, we make the short drive from Reno up to the beautiful shores of Pyramid Lake. Not only one of the most spectacular places to watch the sun come up in northern Nevada, but on any given day, you can count dozens of anglers lining the shores on top of ladders and chairs in search of the Lahontan cutthroat trout. And the man to show us the ropes for catching these monster fish is one of the area's most experienced.
Yeah, hi, I'm Doug Willett and owner of Pyramid Lake Guide Service. We're out here at Pyramid Lake, and I've been fishing the lake for over 40 years. The first message I'd like to give a customer or a client is a history and a respect of the land. That's the most important thing. It's a natural lake, it's one of a kind, it's very unique. And I'd just like to tell people to respect the tribe and their property.
We met Doug at Pelican Point, where he supplies us with insulated waders and fishing gear. After a short walk down to the beach, it's time to get going.
All right, well, the sun's coming up here at Pyramid Lake. You know, we're here with Doug Willett, John Fischetti, and you know, Doug's got a bit of a ringer here. I'm suspecting you had a ringer here. We walked up on John, and you had a fish on, and it's been a busy morning already.
It's been a busy morning. I've already hooked 3 and get you guys out there and hook you guys up with some fish.
Why did you choose this morning spot?
There's fish here. Yeah, that's the number one reason.
I like that. I like that in a guide. There's fish here. We're gonna go find them.
Let's go get them.
All right.
After a tutorial on fly fishing, something neither of us have done, we both climb up our ladders. That's right, ladders to fish.
Pyramid Lake has some really unique culture. One of them is fishing off of a ladder. We started doing that in the late 1980s when the water levels were real high and we couldn't get out to the ledge. So to get out to the ledge, we had to tippy toe, especially me, and put a ladder up to get up out of the waves. They're very good for heavy waves and again, designed to keep the angler out of the water for the ease of casting.
And after some patience, I finally land my first fish. Nice.
Okay, and we're gonna release them alive. Catch and release.
How much bigger do they get than that?
A lot bigger. There's fish in here that are 38, 40 inches probably. They'll go over 20 pounds.
How many pounds was the one we think I caught?
I think the one you caught was probably 4 or 5 pounds. So there's fish in
You're
here.
saying five times as big as that?
5 times as big as that.
Once I broke the ice, I was on a roll, bringing in several beautiful Lahontan cutthroats.
There you go. Lift it up real high. All right, very good. Nice fish. I think you're on fire. Good job. Very good.
All right, see you later. Brian, however, not having the same kind of luck.
Now listen, Brian, if Alice can catch him, anybody can catch him, okay?
Oh, okay. That was good.
All right, so they made me say that.
But shortly after Doug's pep talk, he snags a big one.
Yeah, it was, huh? All right, the boys are coming.
Yes.
That's 2 boys in a row.
Woo!
Yeah, baby.
Felt good.
That's 5. That's 5.
Dude, I'm down 4-1, but still,
Let's go.
I would have eaten tonight. Well, John, Doug, guys, appreciate it.
It was awesome.
It's our pleasure, guys.
Thanks for showing us our backyard. A lot of fun.
A lot of fun with you guys.
Here he goes.
I tell you what, Brian, I cannot stop thinking about that day at Pyramid Lake. What an absolute blast, and I'm already itching to get back out there again.
Talk about a gem right here in our own backyard, just a short drive north out of Reno. If you want to check this out at Pyramid Lake, why not go with some of the best in the business? This is how you can get a hold of our guides, Doug Willett and John Fischetti. Coming up next, a preview of our next Exploring Our Backyard. That's coming up.
I tell you what, we had a blast putting this show together, but we're just getting started. We're going to cover all the great activities our area has to offer all summer long.
Join us for the ride. Coming up, Gianna Giorgi conquers her fear of flying by going up thousands of feet in the air over Lake Tahoe on a motorized hang glider. Plus, we put 2 locals to the trifecta challenge: golf, snowboarding, and wakeboarding all in the same day.
Plus, we'll take you fishing again at one of the best spots in our area, standing right in the Truckee River.
Thanks so much for joining us here on Exploring Our Backyard, driven by Lithia Subaru of Reno. For Alex Margulies, I'm Brian Samudio. We'll see you here.